Let's have fun.
Yes. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Melody McAllister. I am coming live from the great state of Alaska, and I am here with one of my closest friends, Dan Tricarico. Dan, where are you coming from?
San Diego, California.
And I'm jealous. What's the weather like there?
Oh, I'm looking out the window, and you know what? It's sunny. That's what I like. Pretty much any day, I could say that. And I was born and raised here. I love it. I'll never leave. And it's
Right.
it's expensive. It is super expensive. But to me, we call it the sunshine tax, but I'll pay it because I love it.
Wow, that's awesome. And I
But
can
I've
see
been to
you've got a
Alaska and it's
haircut.
beautiful too. I did. Yeah. It was I was a bad boy. I snuck out. I wasn't supposed to do it, but I did. I couldn't handle it.
Why is that bad?
Well, people say, that like I saw one of those coronavirus charts, and out of 1 out of 9, going to the barber was like a 7
Oh,
or something, But like I thought I was going into a science lab clean room or something. I mean, they had everything just
right.
down to it, and so I felt okay. But I just
Oh, you
I
look
was,
sharp. I
thank
think it
you,
was worth it.
thank you.
I got my hair cut for the first time in a year yesterday.
Wow,
So yeah,
yeah. When you have
yeah,
as little as I have to work with, you got to do something, right?
yeah. I don't have as much facial hair, but today I'm going to
That's
work on
true.
that. I know you can't see mine.
No, we can't.
So those of you who we have somebody
Oh, is somebody here?
commenting.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
somebody commenting. I love it when people make comments. Oh,
I, I don't
Jennifer.
I don't know if I could say, oh, Jennifer, hey, I know
Yeah.
you. How
Hey,
are you, ma'am?
Jennifer. It's so good to see you.
Yeah.
Good morning. Another author. And so those of you who,
Yeah,
Dan and I have
congratulations.
gone live a couple of times. He is an author of some fantastic books, The Zen Teacher. Okay. And this was your first book with DBC because you have another book that's before all of these, correct?
Well, that was with somebody else, yeah, and that was a
Right.
whole other thing. But these are the two with DBC, and the Zen Teacher book is super close to my heart. That's what I poured everything into. I love sanctuaries too, but the Zen Teacher was a labor of love for sure.
Right. And so people know you as the Zen Teacher. So
They do, and that was goofy because, like, I was thinking, no, I'm serious, because I was thinking I just wanted to say, like, if you were a Zen teacher, this is what it would look like. And then people started going, "Hey, look, it's the Zen teacher," and I'm like, "No, that's not me." But then you gotta roll with it, and that's fine. It's sweet now that's how they see me. So, and I want to tell you too that I've seen a lot of your lives here, and you were really good at this. So I am thrilled to be here. Oh,
oh,
thank you,
thank you.
Jennifer. I appreciate that, and I just think, Melody, you do a great job on these shows. So thanks for having me.
Well, thank you. I have found it a wonderful way to connect, but if I can use my platform to share the awesome work that my friends and other educators are doing, then I am more than glad to do that. And I'm honored to be your friend. So it's
And
so
I'm
cool.
honored to be yours.
Thank you. And I was just saying, never mind, I'm not going to go there.
Okay.
I'm a little tired still. So on the West Coast, you're on the West Coast. I am an hour behind you. So it's
Yes.
still a little bit early for us. So I'm like a little sleep deprived at this point. Anyway, but today is special because last night I got an email and probably a lot of other people got emails. Can you tell us what's going on in your life?
What's going on in my life? Well, this is a big weekend for me because I'm getting to do a big launch for a new online course I created this summer, and I'm super thrilled with it and super excited to share it with everybody because I think it turned out really well, and I'm hoping that it will help people because my goodness, I've been telling people we are heading into what is probably going to be the bumpiest and most unpredictable year in my 3-decade career. And I just want people to have some tools, some strategies to deal with the stress that we're going to encounter, the anxiety that we're going to encounter. And so in the Sanctuaries book, I wrote about a concept called the 5 S's. And so when I would go and do my workshops, people would say, okay, they had the same question. What's the first thing I can do if I want to take care of myself? And I always went to the 5 S's because that's what I used. And it was just an immediate thing that you can do. And the 5 S's are stillness, silence, space, subtraction, and slowing down.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so
Okay.
I just made a course all about the 5 S's so that anybody who wants to just say, what do I do right now? They can just get this course, go
Say
through
it
the
again.
video. Say the 5
Stillness.
again. Stillness.
Uh-huh.
You want me to
Uh-huh.
walk through them? I'll talk through them a little bit.
Sure. Well,
Okay.
I want to put it on a comment.
Oh,
I
okay.
want to.
Stillness,
Uh-huh.
silence, space, subtraction, and slowing down. I've got it down, but it used to be like trying to name the seven dwarfs and I get lost in the middle somewhere, right around, Sleepy or Doc, and then I'd be lost.
And I want to
So now
say
I got it.
Rochelle is watching. Hey, Rochelle. Some of our
Hey,
comments you
Rochelle.
can't see. Yeah. So thank you so much for tuning in. I love that. That is amazing. I'm going to put that at the 5
Oh,
S's,
look at that.
stillness.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so you don't have to be a teacher. Like, we are educators and we're authors, but like, this is not something that is just special to teachers. Although you do have a heart for teachers because you are an educator, you are going to be going into a hybrid kind of situation. Although right now it's remote, correct? Because you're in San Diego.
Right. We were going to do the hybrid situation and then the governor shut everything down. And so now it's all online for at least about the next 9 weeks or so.
Right. And I think I love that he's protecting you guys. That's
I
pretty
was I was
amazing.
nervous. I needed this course
Yeah.
because no, I'm totally serious because I was very anxious about that. And so now at least it's put off for a while.
Right. And so I'm going to go ahead and bring up your website so that so
Oh,
you've
okay.
written these books. And
Mhm.
actually, for those people who don't know, you also started a group during the pandemic teaching, just for a place for teachers to come unwind without judgment, talk about
Yeah.
their anxiety. You've done a lot of good things for teachers throughout the last few months. And so
Thank
I'm
you.
really proud to be your friend.
Thank you.
But you've been working hard on these courses that we're celebrating today. Like, it's your launch. Yesterday, you put it out there in the world. And so we're celebrating that. I'm going to bring it up online and tell us about that. Okay. And can you see it on the screen okay?
I can. Yeah.
Okay. So if you go to Zen Pro courses, it's on the little ticker on the bottom, zenprocourses.com. This is where you're going to come. Okay. And now he has an online academy. Go ahead and take over.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, as you can see there, it says the Zen Teacher Online Academy. And what I want people to know is that they can maximize their performance without sacrificing themselves. Teachers tend to be martyrs. It's kind of baked into our system. And I just want, and I did it too. And I just realized at some point, when I was heading toward burnout and wondering how I was going to make it to retirement, I thought, I don't have to do that. I can still be an excellent teacher and take care of myself too. And so that's when I wrote the blog and the books and everything. But then what really started to become apparent to me is online courses were really taking off. And it's such a great way to learn new things. I have learned so much from online courses myself. And so I decided to make some for teachers. And like you said, these concepts, like, I didn't make up meditation. I didn't make up gratitude. I didn't make up the idea of acceptance or non-judgment. Anybody can use those. But because I work with teachers and I am a teacher, I've aimed all of this at teachers to help them get through, because I saw a tremendous problem with stress and burnout in the teaching profession. So I wanted to help. So just to go through these quickly, I created a course called the Zen Teacher Self-Care Solution, which is actually a combination of 2 other courses I had. And I think there's like 15 or 16 videos. There's a workbook, there's a presentation, and there's an ebook of 30 of my most popular blog posts. And so there's just all kinds. It's a little bit of a hodgepodge, but there's all kinds of good resources in there. So that's an option. I'm going to bop over to the right side, which is my ebook, 2 Minute Zen. If all you wanted was the ebook, you could just do that. So that's again 30 of my. No, actually, it's 25 of my most popular blog posts, but then 5 I wrote just for the ebook, so they haven't been seen anywhere else. Finally Free was also a labor of love because I worked with a wonderful educator and businesswoman named Angela Watson, who has the 40-hour work week club, I think is what she calls it. And I was like just floored when she said she wanted to work with me, and we created this course. And the funny thing about our world, Melody, is that Angela and I created, she lives in New York. And we created this course entirely through Voxer, Dropbox, and email. It was just insane. Yeah. We would record the audio lessons and share them through Dropbox. She was good at the editing of putting music on them and stuff like that. And then we would share ideas through Voxer. You do this, I'll do that. We would divide the labor. And then one time when she was in San Diego, we took some photos for the enrollment page, and we had a course. And, and teachers have said it's really, really helped them. It talks, each module is about a different aspect of stress you might experience in teaching, like, and we give you what we say freedom from that, freedom from guilt, freedom from comparison, freedom from feeling like you have to do it all of that kind of stuff. Booster shot coaching call.
Well, and I want to interrupt you for just a second, Dan. And these last two, I want to like the first three that you just talked about are really focused for educators, but these last two are for anybody, right?
Right, exactly. The booster shot coaching call is just in case anybody wants more one-on-one attention. They can sign up for that, and then I give them a little pre-assessment, just a little Google form that they fill out about what they're stressing out about. And then we jump on probably like a Zoom call or a Skype call, whatever they want to do, and spend an hour talking about a plan. And then I give them some email follow-up to make sure that they're implementing the plan and see what kind of results they're getting. And then I can side coach them from that. So that's just if you want a little bit more one-on-one time. But Instant Zen really is, that's the new one. That's the one I'm launching this weekend. And I'm so proud of it because I think it's really important, especially with teachers, because I'm a teacher. I don't have a ton of disposable income. And I wanted to make this one super helpful and super affordable. And so it says $39, but teachers always get a coupon code for $10 off. So it's only $29. I always joke that it's, it's like, I love pizza, but it's like the size of a large pizza. I mean, it's like you could, pizza's good, but this is up for a lifelong habits of peace and tranquility. I think it's worth it. So this one has 6 videos. 5 of them are on the 5 S's. There's one video for each of the 5 S's. Then there's an audio lesson to go deeper into each of the 5 S's. And then there's an 18-page workbook. And then there's a bonus video called the habit equation, which is, I also talk about that in Sanctuaries, which is a little equation I came up with that shows you how to make it a habit for life, right? Because we can, it's like, you say, I want to learn the guitar, I want to lose weight or something like that. You start it and then you don't get those wins and you get frustrated and discouraged and you give up. Yeah. I mean, I do it too. So
you had to throw that losing weights in there.
Talking about me too, girl. But it's, and so there are ways to make it a habit, and so I talk about that. So I think there's a lot of good stuff in there, and I really hope it helps people. And so I'm really excited to share that with everybody today. And if anybody has any questions, always reach out. I'm always happy to help people.
Yeah, no, and I love that. I'm so proud of you. Thanks for everybody that is watching. There's quite a few people who are watching right now.
Oh my gosh.
And Dave Schmidu, Dave Schmidu said Zen and energy on a Saturday. So right.
Yeah.
We definitely need it on a Saturday.
Right here.
I haven't even had my coffee yet, but I'm thinking clearly. I really do love the 5 S's: stillness, silence, space, subtraction, slowing down. There's a lot of us that need that right now. And so I'm glad you shared that. And another point that you made that I'm really glad you shared is that just because you're an educator doesn't mean that you need to be a martyr. Like, we have done a lot of things. There are educators who have not stopped since March. They've just kept going. They just kept going. One of the amazing things about your group is that it's kind of like a safe place where people just can decompress. But, I love that you're putting this out there because you need to take care of yourself. No matter what job you have, in our society or what your role is, if you don't take care of yourself, you cannot take care of other people. You will eventually completely be empty, and all the people that are depending on you, where will they be too? Right. So you have to take care of yourself. Another thing I like about your course is just that you made it very affordable. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tried, because it's weird because, I try to give out a lot of free content, and with the blog and with the group, like you said, and I share resources there. I have a newsletter that comes out periodically where I give resources there. But, it took me a lot of time this summer to build this course. And, like anybody else, we value our time through money. Mm-hmm. And so some things have to have a price tag. That's just kind of the way the world works. And this was something I felt like, again, I wanted to offer, but, so that I can be here to talk about it. sometimes it takes money because like as you know, like I do private tutoring and I have a full day job, and so I can only spread myself so thin. But if I'm, if there is some revenue coming in, I can spend more time here, and that's what's important to me, is the impact that I have to help the teachers.
Exactly. And hey, like I'm all about you are sharing your expertise, you are pouring your time and your talent into this. There's really not another organization in our country besides, education where people are expected to do so much for free.
Yeah,
And that in
yeah.
itself is one of the reasons why so many educators are run down right now.
Mhm.
Or even just people like people who are always dealing with the public,
Right.
So I think it's great. Like you can monetize that,
Mhm.
and we can support you. I think it's great.
Thank you.
If you are watching and you have any questions for Dan,
Yeah, bring them on.
please drop it. Yeah, drop them or drop some comments what you're thinking. I pulled
Mhm.
up my Facebook page because it is streaming, but it doesn't come up on the StreamYard unless it's from a public page.
Yeah, and I don't
So
think I can see the comments. So if you don't mind as the
yeah.
host to kind of, if any come in, and if nobody has any thoughts, I'll keep talking. I don't care.
Well, the cool thing about this, I'm sure there's a lot of thoughts. The cool
Mhm.
thing about this is that even if you don't have questions or comments right now, anybody that watches this when the live recording is done, they'll still be there. So if you're watching
Yeah,
this and it's not live, still put your comments down and your
yeah.
questions because we can still come back and answer them.
I
So
always
that's
go
really
back and
cool.
look too. I always go back and engage with the people who watch the replay and do that. So,
Right.
I'm just thinking another thing about the money issue is that, and I know this is true for me, is that like if I get something for free, maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. I don't know. It just depends. But if I pay money for something, I'm like, well, I put money into that. I got to do it now. Like there's
Right, right.
skin in the game. And so I think that's another reason why sometimes it's important to, have a price tag. But like you were saying too, I mean, I know a lot of teachers, and this is a lovely thing that they give away a ton for free. But what I think I'm just going to get on my soapbox now. I think what teachers need to understand, as you said, is they have value, they have expertise, they have talents. And again, in our society, for better or worse, we value that, we measure that with money, and they deserve compensation. And there are people who could disagree with that, and that's fine, and disagree with what I'm about to say, but the woeful underfunding of teachers and education in general has kind of brought us to where we are, I think, a little bit.
Right.
And I think that if because money, again, it's a way that we show respect. I can't. I feel I'll never be able to put an orange ball through a hoop, but in a way that's
Are you
going to
talking
get.
about a basketball?
Yeah, because those
What?
what do they get, like $12 million a year or
Oh,
something?
I thought you were just talking. Yeah, I hear you on that
Well,
one.
I can do it, but I'm not going to do it in a way that I'm going to get $12 million, right? But so we show people that we value what they do by paying them, and teachers
Hmm.
deserve more of that. And because I mean, some of the bright, I'm just going to like totally polish some apples here, but some of the brightest people, some of the most giving people, some of the most talented and intelligent people I've known have been educators. And that's why I hang around them. That's why I want to be there, is they raise my game, right?
Heck
And
yeah,
they make me better. And so they're my heroes. And so
I
that's why
agree.
it's my
And Michelle,
privilege to help them.
Michelle Howell says thanks so much.
Oh, thank you, Michelle. I appreciate it. I do so much of this on faith in the fact that I hope it's helping. So when people come back and say, made a difference or that it helped, that means so much to me. So
Yeah.
as long as people say that, I'll keep doing it,
Heck yeah.
yeah.
Well, and I know I've listened to some of your podcasts, and you have a very relaxing voice. So,
Oh,
it's going to be a treat for anybody. And so, for those people who are just joining us, I'm going to share my screen one more time. And Dan, the reason that I have him on this morning because I'm helping him celebrate something he has gone on faith to do.
mhm.
He's offering Zen Pro courses. He is the author of 2 amazing books. And I'll tell me if you can see it, Dan, because I'm.
Mhm. Yeah, I can still see.
He's the Zen teacher, but also of sanctuaries.
Mhm.
Okay. And he just released these courses. And so the top 3, the Zen teacher self-care, finally free, and 2-minute Zen. Well, the 2-minute Zen could be for anybody, but
Mhm.
a couple of courses are definitely for educators, but these
Yeah,
bottom 2 courses,
yeah.
the Instant Zen and the Booster Shot coaching call, those are basically for anybody. But the cool thing is that Dan also, if you are a teacher, I guess you're going to give a coupon code, Dan.
Yeah, for Instant Zen, if you when you're prompted for payment, if you put in the coupon code teacher, all caps, it takes $10 off, so it'd be $29. So,
Awesome.
which I think, like I'm a teacher. I don't have a ton of disposable income, but if there was something that when I think there's something that's going to help me, I can drop $29 on it.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So
We've talked a lot about money, but most people are okay. Like, I
Mhm.
think that most people understand that you're giving your time, you're giving your talent. Like, most people totally understand. And and as an author and as a writer, we do a lot of stuff for free, and
Mhm.
we share a lot of our talents as for free. So I totally, Jennifer agrees with me. She says he does have
Oh,
the.
thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the thing too, is that like I sometimes like I want to do more with the podcast than I've been able to do. And part of that is because I'm spending so much time other places trying to make money to make ends meet here in San Diego, where everything's $1 million. But if I, if this, say, Instant Zen, if it works for people and I sell more of them, then I can spend more time helping the teachers, So that's really the ultimate goal, is to be able to spend more time in the Zen Teacher platform helping teachers.
Right. Before we go, I want to talk a couple of points. You said something like, we don't have to be a martyr. And you said something right before that. I wish I could repeat it.
I don't
What did you
remember.
say? It was something about, subtraction just keeps coming from my
Oh,
mind, but
yeah.
that's the five
Yeah.
S's.
Well,
So anybody,
while
go
you're
ahead.
thinking about that, since I see the 5 S's, the thing that I always think is amazing about the 5 S's is that they're always free and they're always available. And so, with this course, if you get the course and you say, well, it's okay, I got to spend $29. But then, like, the great thing is you have lifetime access to the course. So I don't know whether that means your lifetime or the lifetime of the platform I have it on. I don't know, but you can use it forever. So you can always go back, right? And stillness, silence, space, subtraction, slowing down. You're never going to get charged for those. They're always available. You can do them whenever your life and your schedule permits, and practice them whenever. So I think that's a really cool thing too. And that's why I kind of pulled just the 5 S's out of sanctuaries for people who just want a very focused kind of approach. And then once you go through all of this, I think you'll have a plan, and don't we all want a plan? And again, especially, oh my gosh, especially going into this new year. I know, I mean, it sounds silly. Like, I feel like the guy who goes, and I use it, like the haircut guy, and I'm also a client. Like, only old people remember that commercial. But I'm going to use this course, right? I always go back to the 5 S's. They help me every single day. I mean, I was at Balboa Park all day yesterday. And guess what? I was just sitting there. I was still, and I was silent until the guy started coming up and talking to me about stuff that I was like, dude, I'm trying to be still here, but you can't tell him that. That's rude. You don't want to say that.
I know, and so that's what I love about you, Dan, is that you actually do live by this, and you're not perfect, and you don't claim to be,
Nope.
but you definitely put all of these into practice,
I tried.
so you are genuine. You're genuine, and
Thank you.
so yeah, I love that about you.
Thank you.
So I couldn't remember what you said. It was something, but I hate that I couldn't remember. But I do love it that we don't have to be martyrs, guys. Nobody has to be a martyr. If you're a parent, if you're an educator, no matter what your job is, like, you need to pour into yourself. You need something that pours into yourself, because people are depending on us, and in our field of education, a lot of times we feel like we have to be martyrs, but really that doesn't help anybody. And so take some time, and I hope that you'll go to the zenprocourses.com, find like a little treat for yourself. Like we said, like Jennifer and I said, Dan has a very relaxing voice. I'm about to fall asleep right now. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, like, you're the first person I put to sleep when I talk. Yeah.
No, I'm not either. Thank you all so much for joining us today.
Yes,
Yeah, and if you do have any questions or comments, whether this is, if you're watching this and it's not live, please just drop them in the comments. We will definitely get back with you. And we just thank you so much for joining us on this Saturday. We hope it's a wonderful day. Dan, thank you for sharing your talents with us.
Thanks for having me here.
Congratulations on this new endeavor. It takes I was going to say a lot of balls, but to do something like this.
Who knows? Maybe so. I don't know. Yeah.
It does.
Yeah,
to put yourself out there. It really does.
Well,
So
that part does.
congratulations.
Yeah, I agree with that part. Yeah. It's because, some people, not everybody's going to like it, but that's okay. Some people will.
Yeah. Well, even if you, well, I'm just saying, just to put your stuff out there, to
Yeah.
put like all of the knowledge that you've been working hard on and to put it out there, that is not something that everybody can do or that will do. So I think it's amazing. And I'm going to
Thank you.
just congratulate you right now. You've got
Thank
amazing books out there. You're an amazing educator. People love you. Your students love
you.
you. And I hope that this is a wonderful journey for you. As you know, as the next year comes and a lot of people use it as a resource to help them through it.
Thank
So
you.
thank you
Yeah.
for sharing with us
And we
today.
just all need to hang in there. We're going to make it through.
Yes, yes, yes. All right, everybody. Bye.